Hey there, Gango. If you guys wanted to see me on the road, bad news. Not a lot of opportunities. Good news. I'm going to be with Jeff Leeson on the 21st in Roswell, New Mexico. He puts on one hell of a show. Him and Levi Mabe are doing it big. They're going to be on tour fucking basically year round. But we're going to be in Roswell with them to do a show with them. If you don't want to see me live, but you would love to see Jeff Leeson because it's a different show every time, and he's just a fucking axe murderer of a comic. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of opportunities because even right afterward, they're going to be at the Mic Drop Mania Comedy Club on the 24th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Day afterward, 25th, they're going to be at the Wise Guys Comedy Club in Las Vegas, Nevada. Transplant Brewing Company in Palmdale, California, the 26th. The Crow in Santa Monica on the 27th. The first comedy club that I ever went to was the Brea Improv. I saw Mike Epps. But they're going to be there on the 28th. Fucking just incredible shows that they do. So, yeah, go ahead. This is not a sponsor of ours in any way. 4 of you are going to see this. I'm just telling you, check out Jeff Leeson Comedy, the website. Get your tickets wherever you are. They're going to be all over the states. So get your tickets no matter where you are.
The results were otherwise unremarkable.
Ew. What's going on there, Chief? There, kiddo. There, Mr. Fire Chief. Welcome back to the Speakeasy. We're on. You know what? I'm not even counting anymore. We're just not gonna count. It's a fucking new year. Okay, 2023 can go bust. Okay. Fuck that year. It was terrible. It didn't. I mean, it didn't do us too bad. But you know, we're here. Listen, it's I'm not gonna do the whole New Year, New Us thing because it's the exact same way you left it a couple weeks ago. Okay, so it's the same old for us, which is what you like probably by now. Is Weekends with Dad. I am your host, Gonzo Gaspacho on all platforms. My name's Goose. I want to do like a hip hop thing there. Yeah, man, we're working it out. Should be a good one. It's going to be a busy ass year. That's all I know. That's all I'm looking for. I don't want to set goals per se. You know what I mean? I feel like that's where people fuck up. I'm gonna be here every week doing my thing. Okay, I'm gonna be sitting here getting just getting, and in hindsight it's not, I'm just getting drunk in front of the wife, and you know, she listen anyway. This is what we were supposed to have on New Year's, which is some apple cider and wild turkey. Delicious, mind you. I don't know if there's a name for it. I don't know. I can't tell you what it is. It's delicious. God damn, I love wild turkey. Shout out wild turkey. That's the new one. If anybody would like to sponsor this podcast in its infancy, really, I mean, we got to get a hold of some chaotic people, some real gamblers. Hit up Michael Jordan, episode 2. We gotta work on that. I don't really like setting goals too much. I don't want to set myself up for some expectation in myself that I'm gonna disappoint myself with. You know, I ain't trying to get jacked. I'm not trying to reach 1 million views. I'm just kind of wanting to do my thing. Comedy, come see me anywhere you can. Follow me on we already did it. It's the same everywhere. Follow me everywhere. I'll let you know if I'm somewhere, and you'll see it because you followed, like I told you to. I'll show up at your fucking house, kid. Okay, it's one of them things where I'm being dead ass serious. Okay. It's the, word of mouth used to be the way to promote. Now it's threatening strangers at a park, at your work. I don't care. Okay. You probably work customer service in one way or another. Can't be hard to find. All right. You're leasing cars out to people that are going on vacations that you can't afford, because these people either planned out their trip. Shout out to them's. I can't do it. Or they can rent a car on a whim. Envy for sure. I can't even fucking imagine being like, all right, well, like, man, we're prepared for every other weekend to rent a Yukon, to go to Colorado. I can't even put myself in the shoes of that guy. What kind of shoes do you wear if you're renting a Yukon going to Colorado? Can't even think of a shoe. Probably something real comfortable. Sperry's. Is that those are the expensive ones, right? Those are the semi-expensive. They're the Olive Garden Red Lobsters of shoes, where it's like he's got a little bit of money to blow on shoes, but not, guy's not buying Air Force Ones over here. I miss Nelly. I miss Nelly a lot. Just stomping in my Air Force Ones. I gotta buy some Air Force Ones. I got a shopping list. That is a goal of mine. I want to buy some shit. I want to be irresponsible. I want to be like Mike. Okay? I want to be like Michael Jordan and not gamble it all away. He hasn't, which is impressive because he's such a high stakes gambler. But I like to contemplate gambling. I'm not a gambler. I hate it. I think I've talked about it before. I think it's shameful. I feel shame, anyways, when I do it. And I can't imagine that you would feel any other way. I'm sure you feel excitement. I'm sure I'm judging you, but I'm going to take my ass to the bar. One of the times that we went to a casino, we were like, it was, what was it, Father's Day? We took Papa to the casino. Yeah. And I didn't want to, I'm not a gambler. I didn't want to gamble. So I took my ass to the bar. I'm like, I'll wait. Okay. What's the worst that could happen? I'm 2 drinks in. I get myself a shot and I get myself a beer. And these people are like, oh, we gotta wait 15 minutes to serve you anything else. Huh? Do you understand the culture of losing your fucking livelihood going to casinos too often, where people are like, fucking maybe not make rent this month because they thought, we could blow 200 and then I could blow someone for 200 if that doesn't work out. Make ends meet. We feed the kids. Okay. You get cereal with water sometimes. Shit happens. All right. You gotta make sure that the kids are coming up from not great times. If I was making fucking good money, I would lie my ass off to make it say I had good money and then say I had a kid. All hypotheticals, probably never gonna happen, but this is what we're doing. I'm gonna lie to that fucking kid. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the neighbor, I'm gonna pay the neighbor's cable year round and then steal it. Just so that the kid can come from a not well off family. I will put on a show. If I have money, I'll put on a fucking show. Every other weekend, Tommy. I'm sorry, dude. We got to go to the, we got to go to the intersections and wash some windshields for a little bit of spare change. Holy shit. I was never that kid. I can't even imagine being that kid. Why would you take your kid to do that with you? The only reason that you got your kids out there panhandling for money at intersections is because you got money and you're using the kids. You're exploiting the kids. And you know what? I respect that. I can take advantage of them little fuckers. Not like, you know, real bad. I know the Epstein list came out this week, and that kind of hurt. I gotta be honest. Listen, I wouldn't have gone, but I would like to be invited to some things. Why can't I be invited to some things? Some fucker the other day called me his friend. I was like, you didn't invite me to your wedding. It was like 3 months ago, dude. Didn't get invited. And I'm a good time, okay? If you don't know me very well, I'm a real good time. All right. I'm not going to bring up shit that I know about you because I don't know you very well. You know, it could go, it could be fun. Why not? I need friends. That should be a goal. That should be a goal this year. I need some goddamn friends because I don't know what's going on. I feel like Bobby Lee sometimes is just constantly this guy hates me, that guy hates me kind of thing. And I could be very right. That's the worst thing. I'm not a 50-year-old recovering addict, so I can't just bring it up to people. You can't go around in your 30s going, I just didn't think you liked me. It's not a way to get friends, Bubba. It's not a way to get friends. Apparently the way to get friends is to really just talk shit about people's race and or sexuality, because those are some of the best friends I got. I gotta refrain from calling Felix Johnson a farm animal on Twitter because I don't know if I'm gonna get called out as a racist, and I know that he's not gonna help me. He's gonna have fun watching it unfold. Shout out Felix Johnson, you fucking son of a bitch. Not really though. Shout out Miss Paula. You're a great gal. I love you very much. We hold you very dear in this house. We have a shrine. Felix Johnson's mother, everybody. But yeah, I don't know, man. Listen, we're what 4 days into the year, and I already saw an article on something about the cure for cancer, which I think now is just a year round thing that people post articles about. Oh, it's the beginning of the year. We're gonna cure cancer. 2024 is gleaming with hope, and I'm not even gonna read your fucking article. Honestly, clickbait should be banned. You people should be dragged into the street and tarred and feathered. And I don't know if you know how bad that is. It's not the Looney Tunes. You can die. And that's journalism, baby. Because you're in America, and I think you're a little soft. If you're not going after the real big things here in America, you're a little soft. Listen, if you aren't chasing down Ghislaine Maxwell in a New York cab in your underwears and a handgun in your hand, I don't think you're trying hard enough, because all you got to do is clickbait and shit like that. However, I did see something about there was an article that I had seen today that I read vaguely. And I say read vaguely. I actually did read it, which might be a shocker to you. But the thing is, I got this weird ADHD thing where I can read a page and I'll have to go, I'll read the second page, and then I need the first page for context. I don't remember the first page I read. I got to go back and read that fucking thing. So no, I'm not, I'm not going to retain information very well. I'm going to get on Alpha Brain, hit up Joe Rogan. Shout out Joe. I know he needs it. I did, however, see an article today that said something about it's a genetic trait for men to end up bisexual. They think that they have found a genetic trait in men uh, that end up playing both sides of the field, which good for you, man. I'll never shit on you for that. If you can hey, you're diverse, your portfolio is out of this world, and the odds of you being happy are very fucking high. if you're a bisexual. Good for you. You know, your odds are way less limited than people who could not fuck the same sex, period. But what's funny about it is the trait that they were talking about, men ending up being bisexual, is like they're irresponsible with their money and they have a lot of kids. Put on the Epstein guest list, dude. These guys are celebrities and have a grip of fucking kids. If you got more than 4 kids and you're a celebrity, Nick Cannon, I'm so sure you've at least touched the penis of a buddy just to help him. You know, he's having a tough time. I can't lend you the $600 again, Kyle. What I can do for you, I know you're gonna get a prostitute with it. Let me just jerk you off in the driveway, and we can get this over with. I can keep my friend. If I loan you the money, I'm never going to see you again. If I jerk you off, it's like feeding the cats. There was a lot of things that came out recently, and I'm not. Some things I don't want to know. Some things I'm not going to deny. Stephen Hawking, believe it. Okay, I totally believe it. Listen, I'm not shaming nobody. All right, there's plenty of people that are into the little people. Totally fine by me. They deserve love. Period. All right, we support small businesses over here. Okay, so if you're a little person with an OnlyFans or anything like that, you need a shout out. Come hit us up at Unremarkable because we're totally, we support small businesses over here. That being said, Hawking was a fucking creep. I know it. I know he's dead. Don't speak ill of the dead. I don't give a fuck. All right, that guy was a weirdo. He was cheating on his fucking wife when he was in a wheelchair. He was cheating on his wife when his degenerative disease came to fruition and took him out of commish. Okay, he was still somehow laying PVC pipe down on some poor broad. Of course he was weirder than that. Of course he wanted different things than that. Guys are fucking crazy. You know, sometimes you don't hear about the kinks until they're dead. Okay? And that guy liked seeing these little calves hop up and down to try. He just wanted to see some effort. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. Whatever. I'm not shaming the guy. Listen, and Nick Cannon too. Listen. I'm not saying what I said was true. I'm not saying that you would do anything like that. But I know you got soft hands, so I would tell you what. I wouldn't tell anybody in your family if you gave me a little fucking pull. None of your kids will know about it, and that family's a sleeper cell. All right. I don't know how many baby mamas he has. I know he sleeps around a lot. Shout out Mariah Carey, probably the more famous one, right? She's got to be the most fucking famous one. Whatever, dude. Listen, we don't shame people on their sexual preferences here at Unremarkable unless they're wrong, unless they're actually just wrong things. Don't need to explain it. You see how you heard me say that? And in your head, you went, oh, kids and animals. Listen, we're progressive over here and Unremarkable. All right. I'll go as far to say as I'm more progressive than almost any of you. Okay. I'm wanting to see everybody out progressive each other because Victoria's Secret had the greatest model of all time and nobody wanted to outdo them. Coincidence? Did they think it was wrong? Did they think that was beneath them? That's a beautiful model right there. Give me a fucking break. That was when I had to discover, because they called her a new angel. You know who I'm talking about. And I thought that I didn't know they called their models angels at Victoria's Secret. I thought they were just calling her an angel because she obviously is. Okay? She can do no wrong. And and we can't wait to see more. More in quantity, more out of this one. She's gonna be the greatest of all time. Listen, she didn't say any kind of anti-Semitic shit. All right. In no words of hers were who she voted for. She's got class. Okay. Not a lot of you got class. All right. I'm not even going to say any names. I was going to say some names, but I'm not going to say any names. Some of you are classless. Some of you are not. Top of the list. Victoria's Secret model. Don't even know her name. Don't really need to. Pretty sure we all know who I'm talking about. Love it. I love what you're doing. Let's out progressive each other at these modeling agencies and companies because we got to. Those are the big issues, kid. All right. I need to start seeing Calvin Klein models in the underwears with just nothing but a presidential thumbs up of a penis because I need to feel represented. I want I want it all, man. You know, you gotta. When are we gonna acknowledge these things? We're already to the point. Men are being body shamed still. Height is a huge thing that we talk about on a daily. Listen, I'm 6 foot. I gotta get a look from her every time I say that because apparently 5'11" and 3/4 ain't shit. All right, I may as well be 5'8". But we got Jeremy Allen White and a Calvin Klein modeling. Is that Calvin Klein? Get the fuck out of here. What a smoke show. My good looking twin is just look at the fuck gutters on this guy. My God. Are you trying to get me hard?
Where's the belly button?
Where's the belly button? Did they edit out his belly button? Was he made in a lab? Some people were just made perfect. Jeremy Allen White, the Victoria's Secret model, find belly buttons on them. They photoshopped them in. It's like the arc reactor on Tony Stark. Sometimes it's not even there. Okay? Hell yeah. Sexy Gene Wilder, baby. You gotta love it. What a guy. My good-looking twin. I got a little self-conscious there. I got a little turned on and a little self-conscious. He makes me nervous. Yes, chef. I'm into it. Put that schnoz on my taint. When you when you get down to the nitty-gritty of sexual preference, listen. If you care what people are doing with their genitalia, you're gay. And if you're not straight and you care about have you ever heard of a gay dude or a gay chick? Well, lesbians are a little hard-headed, more hard-headed than gay dudes. The most progressive people on earth are gay dudes. Also, best dressed. I mean, I'd love to get some fashion advice. I have the wife, but I don't have a gay buddy. I need and this is one of the things in a lot of the relationships. Women will have guy friends and they'll be like, "Oh, they're gay. Don't worry about it." I need to have the gay friend. I want the gay friend. I want a smoke show of a friend. We need a gay dude coming around here and helping us out with our decor and shit like that. Really spruce the place up so that we don't have to put that much effort. We got a lot going on, dude. All right? Make her worry about something, not me. She's like, is he fucking this dude? And then I'll just be flattered that she thought I could, Fuck, I love gay people. I miss gay people almost as much as I miss black people. And that's the truth. At the end of the day, dude, back in the 80s, if somebody were to call somebody gay, call them out saying that they're gay. The guy that's losing their job is the gay one. Nowadays, you get somebody calling somebody gay, the one who made the accusations losing their job. So are you really going to sit there and say that there's no progression in this movement? Are we really? Have you seen Philadelphia? I know it's real hard to, or it's not hard at all to feel bad for Tom Hanks. Have you seen Philadelphia? If you're super against the movement here, the rainbow movement, as we like to say, the Rainbow Road, down here. All right, fucking thumbs out. Pick me up, kid. All right, because they're going places. If you're not down with that shit, you need to go back in time and watch Philadelphia, because it's, I mean, perfect casting. Got Denzel Washington. I don't know how many times he says the F word in that. Not fuck, mind you. Sells it. Absolutely sells it. It was like, oh, he's just like me. How many movies do we got that are like like a real life promotion for the LGBT community? Moonlight. Beautiful movie. Absolutely gorgeous. And now we're talking about movies now. Listen, I can talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Okay, kid? It's my fucking podcast. If you don't like movies because they're actual movies and storytelling, maybe tune out when I start actually talking about movies. Because Moonlight was one of the most perfect films I think I've ever seen. Visually, I mean, the script, it comes out from left field that this guy is even gay. You don't even know what you're getting yourself into when you get into the before, not now. I don't know how many gay flicks there are nowadays. You got Euphoria. That was a show that made me uncomfortable. I couldn't even bring myself to watch it because it's like, listen, I didn't like High School Musical. I barely gave a shit about Grease. If it weren't for the woman and her enthusiasm over the love of a good musical back in the day, I wouldn't watch it at all. But I'll watch that. It's not going to make me uncomfortable. Euphoria. We're going to talk about people that are portraying teenagers and then showing a full-on 4-minute sex scene with these kids. What are we? Well, I don't even, dude. Listen, I've been thinking about this for a couple years now. I still have no words. No, where everybody's talking about. If you weren't like just barely becoming legal sexually when that show came out, you're in the wrong for watching it. If you weren't like underage or barely of age watching that show, super into it, you're a fucking weirdo. Okay, 40-year-olds loving that shit. And I'm not calling the Sweeney broad. What's her name? What's her first name?
Sydney?
Sydney Sweeney. She's a good looking gal, but the fact that her mom or her grandma said you got great tits, like your tits should be on TV, kind of shit was what I don't know the quote, but tell me I'm that far off from it. Okay, we're at a very weird time right now. And if your main problem is the fact that you just started paying attention to female swimming, maybe get a hobby. Maybe figure it out a little bit. They said I have the best tits in Hollywood. Her grandparents said she's got the best tits in Hollywood. I didn't watch the show. I can't confirm it, but I'm looking at this. Sure, pretty good. Scarlett Johansson for fucking cleavage. I mean, if there was a Oscar nominee for cleavage, that'd be up there. Listen, Scarlett Johansson. I heard she went topless in a movie that she did recently, and the first thing that I heard was should have done it 10 years ago. She had a nude that was leaked like around 10 years ago. Got to tell you, wasn't what it chalked up to be. From the jump, she's a MICKEYMOUSE kid. Okay, and not a lot of the time back in the day they had the surgeries. Now they got all the fucking surgeries like immediately. I mean, shit, fucking you name it. Nickelodeon kids are fucked up, but they didn't carry it. They didn't get that's not true. Ariana Grande, right? She was a Nickelodeon kid. She's there's got to be something going on there. I'd love to hear Cat Williams talk about Ariana Grande. I can't even put out an opinion on what happened with Cat Williams because I honestly don't know. I get weird when people talk about the Illuminati because I don't believe in the whole old white guys in a room making decisions. I do believe in Hollywood there is cocksucking to get ahead, but I don't think that it's a bunch of black guys making black guys suck their cock. I don't really buy it. I don't really believe it. Okay. And I think Cat might be under a little bit of stress. And Ludacris, you don't got it no more. Bubba, this ain't chicken and beer. Don't freestyle, please. It made sense. It was good. It was cohesive. The bars were clean, but they weren't. Stop. Put out another album because that was one of the first albums I ever owned. Was Chicken and Beer, hip hop quotables. Still quote it. Okay, but you're not. Yeah, I don't know. You lost me. You lost me with the Vin Diesels and shit. You know, it's a shame. It's a shame, really. Some people don't got it no more, and I'm not gonna shy away from it. You know, it's with respect that I say that wholeheartedly. I wish you still looked like the Sprite guy. I wish you actually surgically changed your forearms to look like the Popeye the Sailor Man Get Back music video. I wish you'd have done that. Lean into something, not acting. You know, I don't believe Illuminati shit, but I don't. Those movies fucking suck. Where did all this start? Where it's just explosion. There's not even tits in the movie, which isn't that half of the appeal with like a horror film or a big blockbuster action movie is there's a pair of tits in there for a couple of seconds and then Tony Jack comes out of nowhere and actually full contact hits one of the guys that's just a sound guy and they keep it in even though that guy's in the hospital 12 months later. They just keep it in the film because it looked real fucking cool. You saw the dust come off his head kind of shit. I don't know, dude. This era that we're in with movies is fucking very to and fro. And I know in the second episode, I love Godzilla kind of shit. And that makes me sound like some kind of bitch that I don't like cars and explosions. But if you're going to have one with cars and explosions, where the tits at, dude? All right. You had Ronda Rousey on film for a minute there, and nothing good came out of that, broad. You should have exploited that. If there was any terrible Hollywood executive, they should have made sure that she did her fight scene. That she did her fight scene with a bandana comes off, dude. Okay? All I'm saying, exploit the right people. Right? I mean, you got dummies out there. And I don't think it's ludicrous. I just don't. I don't want to. I don't want to badmouth people that I shouldn't badmouth. Ronda Rousey, I'll badmouth all fucking live long day. Come kick my ass. I'll sue the shit out of you, bitch. You want? I will. I'll put on. Like if I had a kid, I'll put on a show, dude. I'll make sure cameras are around with a fireman crew puts a blanket over me, making sure that I'm, you know, not just still in shock. I'll be sitting on the curb with a 20-pound blanket over me like I was just carried out from a fire. Come get it, Rhonda. I'll lose, but I'll lose the right way. All right? I'm coming for you. And I know we didn't do a New Year's Eve show. We didn't do a New Year's episode or anything like that. Listen, there's a whole fucking list of things that we could have talked about, and I just don't even know how to go about it. I mean, we got Barbenheimer, not enough tits in either one. Definitely, Oppenheimer could have used a Ryan Gosling in there, just a total smoke show. And who's the guy from? I want to call him Ian McKellen. Who's the guy from Oppenheimer? Fucking nothing, right? I mean, Skeletor, this guy, Doctor Doom over here, Just, if we'd had, oh, wait, did we see his dick in that movie? We saw his dick in that movie, didn't we? What movie am I thinking of?
No, we saw
You know what I'm
Florence
talking about.
Pugh.
Yeah, Florence Pugh sitting there with her pussy and tits out with, it was Oppenheimer, right? All right. So we got, so we have another letdown, really, honestly, of a full frontal nudity in Oppenheimer, and not enough full frontal nudity in Barbie. Sorry, kids. That could have worked out a hell of a lot better. They say it was the hottest year on record. Obviously not. They could be talking about temperature, but we don't believe in climate change over here at Unremarkable. I'm fucking totally. Before anybody believes me about that shit, whatever. Listen, hottest year on record only reflects on Bud Light campaigns because they got a lot of good looking people over there on their cans. Okay. Trump's mugshot could have used AI art to show his penis in an just pushed out of a orange jumpsuit, and you could barely see it because his whole body's orange. That would have been great. That would have been a whole other one. England got a king. Listen, we're just going on a list here. Okay, the UK got a king. Not that they fucking needed one. I think he's older than any of our presidents already. He's just a bag of fucking chicken bones over there. I hear that if you take one of his rings off, it's like the Excalibur. Whoever can take one of his rings off successfully can be the next king. It's just, have you seen it? It's like a fucking thong on a satirical calendar. It's just, fat chicks where the thong gets lost. India got to the moon. About time. I thought they would have used a spy balloon, to get there. Just a hot air balloon up to the moon. Maybe India, they got their Bollywood shit. They'll make a movie about it. It'll be fucking god awful. Wildfires, Hawaiian and Canadian, fucking Canada had New York looking like California there for a little while. I think we need more wildfires, honestly. I think we just take out as many people as we can. We need a new COVID, like at the snap. The waters got clean. It was brilliant. It was beautiful. If you hadn't seen the picture of Biden's birthday cake, they just went ahead for, I don't know who requested that they put as many candles as the years he's been around, but they almost lit the whole goddamn White House on fire. It was crazy. It looked like he was about to fucking kiss Hades. It was just the most candles you've ever seen on a small cake. It was like a dog-sized cake, one that you'd buy for your fucking animal, because he can't because he's got to be careful about his caloric intake. But I'll be damned if him burning down the White House wouldn't have been a good story. And Ozempic and fentanyl tied in the drug race for this year. So listen, we didn't have time to come up with a whole thing where I roasted this year, but that's my take on it. Really, those were the top stories. I'm not going to talk to you about things that actually happened, like the wars and the homeless and all this and that, because I try my damnedest not to be depressing on this podcast. But I'll tell you what, we did. Hey, it's the first of the year. We're in for a fucking long year. Okay, we're in it for the long haul, and hoping that you are too. Go ahead. If you made it through this this episode, give yourself a pat on the back. You know what I mean? And go ahead and follow us on all the socials. Gonzo Gaspacho as my personal on everything, and unremarkable.pod, X Unremarkable on Twitter, all that shit. Just come and say hi to us. We'd appreciate it. We're around. Listen, we got time to say hi to everybody. We're over here. Just like a president. We're shaking babies and kissing titties and signing hands. So, subscribe to the page, and we'll see you soon. Miss me.